Well, I had never entertained international adoption. And I always thought if it happened, it would be domestically. But I began that process of filling out an application just maybe 4 months before my 55th birthday. When I was 22 years old, I was going to meet the man of my dreams and get married and have children. I had dated some really nice young men, but it never ended, in marriage. Financial and professional goals were to become a partner in the CPA firm that I worked with, which I achieved. But through all those years of working, it just never went away, that desire to have children. I think most of my fears were brought on by some of my friends who would say, "What do you think you're doing?" And a couple of them even said to me, "You just need to get a dog." And I thought that is not my goal. My goal was to make a difference in the life of a child. It took almost exactly a year and 2 months for us to hear back from China. We had an answer that said, "We have searched and we have found a 4-year-old," and that was Sarah. She'd been in the orphanage for 4 years. She was abandoned at birth. I was expecting a lot of tears and a lot of trauma, but she took right to me. Although she didn't speak English and I didn't speak Mandarin, we seemed to get along really well. I knew I had to trade in some of my personal freedom. I was accustomed to traveling on the weekends, going to dinner with friends. I had to give up the idea that for me there was going to be a quote-unquote normal retirement. It just wasn't going to happen. After I was home with Sarah for about a year, Sarah kept asking for a sister. We were at a picnic with our family adoption support group, and one of the ladies said, "You really ought to look into Guatemala." I'd sent the application in. I had this picture back of Olivia, who was at that time 4 years old. Olivia comes from some physical abuse. We are at the end of 4 years overcoming a lot of that. I mean, there's still some times when I go, how in the world am I going to send him to college? Because I'm now 66 years old. I'm looking at working probably through the time Olivia graduates from college. And she is presently in the 3rd grade. When you have children, it's no longer about you. Life becomes about them. And I just determined that what I was getting ready to do was well worth trading in what I thought was going to be so wonderful. And I wouldn't change this life for anything.